put off decluttering? Do you look at your stuff day by day and say, I really should do something about that? I will soon. Do you procrastinate even though you've scheduled time to declutter? Well, I am really struggling today. I have an entire day put aside to film, to declutter my home, and it's almost 2 o'clock and I haven't started. I just keep finding reasons to do other things. There has been nothing pressing and nothing of real value that I've accomplished today. So it's not like I've been working on more important things. I just keep distracting myself so I don't have to do it. We've taken care of the time problem with this decluttering challenge because it's only 15 minutes a day. Anybody can do 15 minutes, but it's the getting started that is sometimes tough. Here's a couple of things you can do when you find yourself procrastinating. First of all, set up a mini reward for yourself. Maybe you're not going to eat lunch until you finish the 15-minute declutter. Maybe you're not going to open that Amazon package or check text messages until you've finished. Welcome to the Peaceful Home. Stay tuned for more inspiration and come declutter with me in my laundry room. Now, the things I just mentioned are about being self-governed, setting up a system so you will make good choices and be rewarded in some way. What if you're still struggling? It's time for phase 2. You've got to call in reinforcements. This means calling a friend and saying, hey, will you do this challenge with me? And the first one to finish their 15 minutes gets treated to coffee or tea by the other one. Or maybe you're going to set up a whole week. So for 5 days, whoever finishes their 15-minute declutter first gets a point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. Make it fun and motivate each other. My friend Kim is the one who really inspired me in this a couple of weeks ago. We happened to be texting about something completely unrelated, and she mentioned that she had a project to do that day and she was dragging her feet. I told her I was supposed to be cleaning in my garage and I didn't really want to do that either. She said, okay, let's commit to praying for each other so that we are productive today. I got so much done that day. It was really amazing. And when I checked in with Kim, she had had a productive day as well. Prayer matters and support and accountability matter too. I knew my laundry room was going to take several days. My green shelves I did in 2 or 3 15-minute sessions. I'm going to set my timer for under the curtain, another one for the cupboards here, and then for this large cabinet here. Having storage behind a curtain is one of my favorite tricks for an instant spot for storing things you don't want to see. So I sewed this curtain years ago out of a sheet, and it hides everything here. But the problem, it hides everything. Things just get pushed into the back, and I don't always remember what's here. We refill the dog and cat food into our containers and the leftovers go under here. So I'm going to use a bin because I want to be able to put everything in here and just be able to pull it out easily. Sometimes these fall over and then food gets spilled and it's a huge mess. So I think this will work really well. Going through this bin is going to be interesting because the last time I decluttered in here, I got rid of quite a bit of art supplies, hobby stuff, and this is what's left of that, other than my paint and stain things for my furniture. So remember, one of the main questions you can ask yourself before opening a drawer or cupboard, what is in here? What's in here that is so important that I need to hang on to it? And I'm not quite sure. I know there's some watercolor paints, some things that I've saved for the grandkids, maybe some canvases for painting. I'm really not sure. So that tells me that this stuff really might not be as important as I think. Let's take a look. Oh, I should have remembered that the ping pong set is here. This is one of the best things I ever purchased. You can use this on a plastic folding table, like an outdoor table. We use it on our kitchen island because it has a net with clamps. And so we clear the island and we turn it into a ping pong table. And we do use this a lot. This is a bocce ball set that is being saved for when we get our lawn. Now, when will we get our lawn? I don't know, but it is truly a goal. And we do have a set for adults in the garage, and so I'm going to add this to that. These are the watercolors I mentioned. I have an entire bin full. These are watercolors too. Okay, we're already getting into my fantasy self, where I am the type of grandma who pulls out all of the paint supplies and all my grandkids sit around painting. Now, we haven't done that yet. Will we do that? I don't know. Is it worth it to get rid of this stuff to have space and freedom? Or is it better to hold on for the possibility? These are the questions we all have to ask. I am going to put these to the side and continue emptying this bin. Pieces of cat food from the last time the cat food spilled. A watercolor paper. Oh, these are the canvases. I knew I had some. I do think if I was to paint with my grandkids, we would do watercolors, not acrylics or oils. So I'm going to donate these. Giant tongue depressors. Let me see if that's what they're called. They're just called jumbo craft sticks. I love having these on hand along with popsicle sticks. You can buy a huge box of them at Walmart for just a few dollars. And with a low temp glue gun, make sure it's low temp. Your kids who can handle a glue gun can create the most amazing things. It's one of my favorite rainy day activities. I'm going to hang on to these. Extra tape. I keep these little ones because I put them in my kitchen drawer and they fit just perfectly. I bought pantyhose at the dollar store for a game, a minute to win it game for Christmas. We didn't play it last year, but I think I will put these in the Christmas bin. If we don't play this year, I will donate these. There's a whole bin within a bin. Oh. Wiki sticks, straws. This is all kinds of miscellaneous pipe cleaners, beads, rubber bands, lots of glitter, and googly eyes. Again, this is a difficult choice because if I get rid of these, the statement I am making is I do not plan on using any of this. I do not plan on crafting with my grandchildren. And we usually don't want to say that. We don't like how that feels. We like to keep our options open. Now, there might be other reasons why this is difficult. Maybe your family doesn't live nearby. Maybe you've had loss. Maybe they've moved states or countries away. Thinking about never doing these things can be really painful. So we not only need to look at the emotions surrounding this whole experience. How am I feeling right now? Where is this feeling coming from? Where is this fear coming from? This fear of letting go. Let's say I'm 90% sure that I'm not going to use this stuff in the future. If I were to get rid of it, there is a good chance I will never need it. But on that slight possibility, I could get the things for one craft probably for $10. If I decided to save the things for every possibility, I am just hanging on to too much clutter. The other thing to consider is if I do choose to get rid of all this, what am I left with? What is the truth about my situation? So for me, my grandkids come to visit and we have such an amazing time together. There's never been a weekend that they've come that we've sat around bored. We go for walks, we play games, we color, we watch movies, we swim in the river, we hike and explore. So the truth is, if I get rid of this, it's not going to change that. We will still be doing all those amazing things. So this is a mindset shift for me. I don't need every possibility available. I can let this go. Sparklers, not even sure where I got these. We don't do fireworks. I'll probably give them to my son. More pantyhose. A wooden car kit. Again, I pictured in my mind sitting down with a couple of my grandsons and creating these. But I think I will just pass these on to my daughter. Now here are all the other craft sticks that I have. I will put them with the extra large ones. And I love that I still have an option for crafts with my grandkids. We really want to create something we can build with this. I always have acrylic paints, so we can paint as well. Mini cups. I think these may have been for a minute to win it game, and we haven't used them. I don't even know if they're for cup stacking or something else, but that should be my answer, right? What's the label say? Mini stacking cups. That doesn't really help me. The fact that I don't even know why I have these should tell me everything I need to know to let them go. I don't know what, this probably fell in because I used to have the baby dolls under here. This is a little ring sling that I made for my girls to carry their babies in. Oh, so sweet. I just assumed this was already in the bin with the babies, so I will return it there. Here's an old book. It's a book of hymns, which I think I had thrifted and used for a craft project, but I don't need it anymore. Ping pong ball. Ooh. Okay, American Girl. My girls loved these. They had Bitty Babies and they had American Girls, and we had this is the theater kit. Oh, these are all the theater kits. I probably put them in here thinking if we ever wanted to do plays, we could use these. There's also kits, paper dolls. I do have other paper dolls over in the bookcase, so I can return these, but I don't think I'll ever use these. But these would be so great to donate and let another family purchase these and be able to use them. Lastly, 2 more canvases. These can be donated. I'm at 14 minutes, and that's even with talking and explaining stuff. Okay, back here is a headrest to a beach chair. Why it's in here, I could not tell you. It's just the funniest thing, how things end up in the oddest places. This can go in the trash. I went from this bin almost hitting the top of the counter and having no idea what was in there to now I know exactly. I've got my watercolor paints and paper. I've got all of the craft stick, the popsicle sticks for building, and my extra tape for the kitchen. And that's it. We do still have the ping pong ball set, but I'm going to move it to over here. And then I have a bin that has the cat food in it. So that will be great. It can't get knocked over anymore. I've got an empty bin that I am going to keep just for storage for events. That is also what this is for. And I hate having it out, but we've got a big event coming on the property in just a couple of weeks. And so I need to start collecting things. But now I can stash all this stuff underneath and I don't have to have it crowding my counters. Okay, now's the hard part. Baskets. I think I'm ready for this. This may have been the whole reason I've been procrastinating today. If you have been on my channel for long at all, you know that I love baskets. In fact, I think I did an entire video on how I use baskets in my home. I'll link it below if you missed it. I have 2 baskets in my kitchen that are rather large and they're being stored there. There's nothing in them. And there shouldn't be anything in these. These are just my extra baskets for when I might need one for any number of reasons. I'll need the stepladder for this. Asking if I love these baskets is definitely the wrong question. I don't think I've met a basket I didn't like. I mean, not really. Some of them are kind of ugly. But I love these. I utilize a lot of them just seasonally for events and parties. But I'm really wanting to get rid of the excess. So I'm going to be asking myself, which ones do I love and use the most? That lamp can come down because in the winter it goes in my windowsill. The baskets on the top are absolute keeps. I do love this one. I'm always reluctant to get rid of Longabergers. I actually really like this one because of the size and it has handles. Great for gathering things from the garden or getting eggs from the coop. This is a pretty ordinary basket. Even though I like it, it can go. I have whole sets of these two that I love, so those are staying. And I have at least 2, if not 3 of these hanging baskets. Although this one with the little side handles, it's so cute, but it can go. I think this basket is really beautiful. It is very well made. It has this solid wood bottom, but I don't think I've used it yet. And sometimes these baskets are tricky because although it has an extremely sturdy handle, there's only so much you can put inside. The handle does not move, so it often can get in the way from what you want to put inside or from putting it on a shelf. It'll hit the handle. So I'll put this near the to-go pile. I have used both of these baskets many times in decorating, especially on my picture ledges, often just the perfect thing to go up there. I think I'm going to keep this one and get rid of the tobacco basket. I've had it for years and I've really enjoyed having it, but I think it's time to let it go. I think this is the only Longaberger that I have painted white. I do have a couple that I have done a darker stain over just to change the look. And this is one of my favorite baskets. I use it a lot. That's why it already looks worn. The handle moves and it's a great size. This is another favorite. This one is great for plants and it's hard to find large, sturdy baskets like this. Here are 2 little ones, a small basket and this little drawer that I actually think I thrifted this summer, and I'm already going to get rid of it because I'm changing my mindset to thrifting things that might come in handy someday to only thrifting things that I know I need. These faux stems can be hung. I have a peg rack on the back of this room above the door, so I'll put those away. I have 2 of these baskets and I love them. I purchased this set of candlesticks. They are so pretty. And because my great room is so big, tall ceilings, I thought these would look so great on the mantle. But I think I've had them for 2 years and I've never used them. So again, it doesn't really matter if I love them. I'm not using them. These are 2 metal candlesticks. Very French. I think they're gorgeous. I originally thought I would use them in my bedroom, but I haven't done that. So I think it's time for them to go. Oh my goodness, this is so hard. I'm going to put this in the kitchen. I've only got 1 basket left up here, and the top of this cabinet used to be absolutely covered. With my last couple of decluttering sessions over the last 2 years, I've gotten rid of more and more. This is a favorite basket though. I will definitely keep this one. It's so unique. It might even be my absolute favorite. I've had it for probably 10 years at least. I'm going to take a minute to wipe down the shelf before I put things back. And I have like 4 minutes left on my timer. So I've got 10 items that are going out. I'm very proud of myself. In addition to the 23 that came out from behind the curtain, And then these are going in the maybe bin. I'm just not sure I'm ready to part with them. I do have other candlesticks that I need to go through, so I might just put those there for now and sort through all of them at the same time. Today was a very successful day in the laundry room. I broke out of that funk, that stalemate, where I just kept putting this off for half of the day. And you know, when you find yourself on the other side of it, you just think, why did I keep putting this off? 2 15-minute sessions were extremely successful. Let me know what you are working on in the comments below, and if you have any questions for me. Thanks so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have an amazing day.